What's going on YouTube? So Kia is a brand that has been on the rise over the last decade, and leading that charge is their diverse lineup of crossovers.
But their best-selling crossovers, the Sportage and Sorento, have quite a lot of overlap, especially after their 2026 updates. So with plenty of similarities and differences, which one is best for your family? That's the question we're here to answer today.
While the Sorento and Sportage occupy two different size segments, many buyers still cross-shop them due to prices that are closer than you'd expect, especially in the top trims we have today. We'll discuss more on that later, but if you're looking to buy either of them, make sure to check out carconfections.com/newcarquotes to get the best price and access to invoice pricing information. Starting out with the exterior design, there's no denying the family resemblance with these two models, especially since both are now updated with Kia's newest design cues. In fact, the Sorento and Sportage look more alike than ever, with each sporting a prominent boxy grille flanked by silver accents for our fully loaded models. In a sea of more subdued competitors, these Kias will certainly catch your eye out on the road, even outside of their bright paint colors. We don't score the appearance of vehicles, but we'd love to hear which one you'd pick in the comments below. What we do score are all the various features and differences, so let's get into those. Starting with the headlights, both models feature identical projector LED arrangements, with amber star map LED daytime running lights. Even further, both models have LED fog lights as well, which are becoming quite rare these days. Walking around the vehicles, both are also rocking 19-inch alloy wheels, with modern and geometric designs. These wheels are just one piece of the puzzle when it comes to ride quality, which we'll discuss later. We'll also be discussing the important aspect of interior space later on, which matters when you account for the Sorento sitting in the segment above the Sportage. It's probably not as much as you'd expect, with the bigger brother Sorento maintaining an almost 5-inch length advantage. The changes begin to appear when we head to the back of the vehicles, where the Sportage actually holds the lighting advantage. It has full LED componentry on every bulb, whereas the Sorento still doesn't have an LED reverse light. Both have hidden wipers to keep them protected from the elements, and both models, as equipped, can tow a maximum of 2,000 pounds. By the way, feel free to keep your own score along the way, based on what's most important to you. The mirrors on each feature heating, power folding, and blind spot monitoring. And as far as the active safety features are concerned, all of the major systems are featured here, even the very advanced Highway Drive Assist 2.0 system for extra highway help. The Sorento outdoes the Sportage by also including rear auto braking as well. That concludes the outside, so now let's move to the newest Kia interiors. But first,
If you're new here, we're brothers and we've been reviewing cars since we were 12
and 16. We started young, and since then we've reviewed over 2,000 cars at every price point.
No matter what you're looking for, from our long-term vehicle videos to our side-by-side comparisons, we'd love for you to subscribe to be a part of our Car Confections family.
Let's learn a lot and have some fun with all the latest cars. Walking up to both models, each has smart entry and remote start as equipped. And once you open the doors, the family resemblance continues. But these two are by no means identical. Beginning with the seats, the Sorento has the advantage here. While the Sportage has a luxurious looking premium Syntex leatherette seat with suede inserts, the Sorento has a real leather seat, which both look and feel luxurious. This seat also has way more ways of adjustment at 18 versus 12 on the Sportage. However, both feature memory, heating, and ventilation as equipped. Hopping inside, let's talk about the overall cabin quality, which we'll divide into solidity and material selection since it's broad. Both feature the sturdy build we've come to appreciate in modern Kia products. But the Sportage actually maintains the materials advantage. While both are above average in their respective segments, the Sportage doesn't use the gloss black plastic on its center console, which is prone to scratches and is a fingerprint magnet. Starting them up, you'll be greeted by two fully digital 12.3-inch gauge clusters, with identical designs and lots of customizability. They also have the blind spot camera system, but only the Sportage offers a head-up display, a new feature added just this year. While the newest Kia steering wheel might bother those who appreciate symmetry, they both have leather wrapping, heating, manual adjustment, and rain-sensing wipers. Now it's time to evaluate the major subject of interior storage, looking at both the center console and the multi-use cubbies. Starting with the console, we performed the signature Car Confections donut test, where the largest Sorento pulls ahead. It holds 16 donuts, whereas the Sportage only puts away 11 donuts. However, moving forward, the Sportage makes a comeback. While the space in the additional cubbies is relatively similar, the Sportage has reconfigurable cup holders to customize your storage solutions. Both of them have wireless chargers as equipped. Electronic shifters help provide the space solutions, which, when in reverse, display 360-degree camera systems with good resolution and the 3D spin feature. For the climate controls, both have dual-zone auto systems that are controlled by dual-function panels with knobs. Just be aware it can be a little bit finicky since the same buttons control both the climate and audio functions. Speaking of, let's sample the branded audio systems on these top models. Here, the Sorento's Bose system does a better job with its 4 extra speakers, as compared to the Sportage's 8-speaker Harman Kardon setup. Now, let's move on to the screens, where the family tie continues with identical 12.3-inch displays. They're running Kia's latest CC/NC software, which includes wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and built-in navigation. Up above, our Sorento has both an auto-dimming rearview mirror with the camera ability over the Sportage as equipped, and both have large panoramic sunroofs that can open up. Heading to the back seats and cargo areas, there are many things to consider between these two models, but let's start with the second row space. Both leaders in their respective segments, there is not enough of a difference in any figure to score a point here. While both have lots of features to keep passengers happy, the Sportage goes above and beyond. Both have climate vents, 2 USB ports, and reclining heated seat backs for extra comfort. But the Sorento holds an advantage by offering sliding second row seats, window sunshades, and 2 additional outlets to stay charged. And perhaps the biggest decider between these two models is the Sorento's standard third row. That means it can haul 6 passengers as equipped, or up to 7 instead of 5 in the Sportage. But how much cargo space do you have for the family? To access that, both have smart hands-free power tailgates for easy entry. Shockingly, the Sportage flexes its chops as one of the largest compact crossovers, and the space differences are within the 5% threshold required to score a point. That means with all the seats folded, the Sorento has less than a 2 cubic foot advantage. Amenities-wise, both have power outlets, spare tires, and either buttons or levers to easily fold down the second row seats. But that's it for the interiors. So now let's take them out on the road and see how they stack up there. Both the Sorento and Sportage are some of the best options when it comes to powertrain choices, as each has at least 3 unique engine setups depending on your electrification preferences. Of the internal combustion, hybrid, and plug-in hybrid options, we have the standard hybrid setups today. This is the same setup in both SUVs, a 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with electric componentry. Following the Sportage's refresh last month, it actually has a slight power advantage, though the difference is not noticeable under acceleration. Alright, so that was taking it up to 60 miles per hour. Now, obviously, the hybrid is going to be a fundamentally different powertrain arrangement versus the ICE models. There's actually 4 different powertrains that you can choose across the entire Sorento lineup, so you've got a lot of different choices. For the hybrid, though, specifically, you're looking at the 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, but of course that is supported by your battery electric componentry, and your total system, again, is 227 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. So all right, that's 60 miles an hour. Going a little bit downhill today with the Sportage hybrid. As far as the transmissions are concerned, both use traditional 6-speed automatics, a fan favorite over many rivals with CVTs. Power is put down via standard all-wheel drive on these top trims. Now let's talk about the other aspect of the powertrain, which is one of the more unique elements about what Hyundai and Kia Group does with their hybrid systems. They actually pair them with conventional automatic transmissions. So this has a 6-speed automatic transmission as opposed to the vast majority of the competition, which will be using continuously variable transmissions. That model definitely sounds a lot more loud and coarse when you're accelerating hard. The other thing I want to point out is the fact that we've got a 6-speed stepped traditional automatic transmission with this system. Let's also discuss the ride quality of each. Both excel in their respective segments as some of the smoothest you can buy, with each capable of eating up the miles with ease. However, the Sorento has an advantage over the Sportage, displaying more refinement and soaking up bumps with more ease. Neither are recommended for throwing down a back road for enthusiastic driving.
I also want to talk about overall ride quality with this vehicle. First and foremost, the Sportage has always really had a great ride quality. That's an important characteristic for this segment. Kia knows that, and they've really emphasized that with this model. It continues to ride really nicely. Even with the larger wheels on the outside on this SX Prestige, this will leave you impressed. We have super comfortable seats as well. The headrest hits you in just the right spot. So I don't think you're going to have any problems when it comes to ride quality.
Here at Car Confections, something we like to do is take sound level readings for all the models we test so that we can compare them. At 55 miles per hour, the Sorento's refinement continues to pose an advantage over the Sportage. Sound level readings are not linear, and the average adult ear cannot register less than a 1 decibel difference, which means that the Sorento will get a point here.
54.3 decibels is where we're sitting at for our official Car Confections sound level reading. 55.6 decibels is what we have settled in at as our sound level reading in the Sportage hybrid.
Finally, for fuel economy, the hybrid systems benefit both models. Neither are segment leaders when it comes to hybrid fuel economy, and the Sportage's slight advantage is not point-worthy, since it's less than a 5% difference. While we won't be covering resale and reliability for models belonging to the same brand, note that Kia as a whole historically has above average reliability and average resale value ratings. However, they will not perform as well as other Asian brands such as Toyota, Honda, or Subaru. But let's break down the cost of these two and evaluate how much value each model is delivering. As the objective score suggests, you might be surprised to see that these models are not separated in price as much as you think. In their range-topping SX Prestige trims, both models ring in over $40,000, but the Sorento charging the more premium price of the two. Nevertheless, let's account for the price difference using our scale. The $6,500 price difference between these models will give the Sportage a 3-point advantage. We want to emphasize that if money matters less to you personally, feel free to disregard these points. So there you have it, the objective winner. Do you agree? Let's go through some reasons why you might pick each product as your personal winner, and then we'll tell you which ones we would put in each of our driveways. So the Sorento should probably be your choice if you're looking for the most premium seating materials. Third row availability is a big one since it can seat up to 7 people. And then also you just have extra features really kind of sprinkled throughout, including the sound system and the digital mirror.
Now, the Sportage, on the other hand, should be your choice if you want something less expensive. In this comparison, it is less expensive. Also, it has more premium rear lighting, slightly more horsepower, and better fuel economy. And speaking of those individual categories where each of these is excelling over the other, we'd encourage you to go to carconfections.com/vehicle rankings, because we've looked at numerous vehicle segments and ranked each of the options in that segment in individual categories that you can go through and sort based on what's most important to you. So if you want to make an informed buying decision, definitely utilize our tool at carconfections.com/vehicle rankings. But which of these SUVs are we going to put in our driveway?
For my driveway, I would put the Sorento in. It's very close between the two of them, but I like the little bit more premium experience you get from that model.
On the flip side, I think I'd actually do the Sportage. It costs quite a bit less and has most of the same stuff, including a head-up display, which I really appreciate. But guys, that's going to be where we leave off on this comparison video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching. If you did, we'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button down below. By subscribing, you're going to be a part of our Car Confections family, and I promise you won't want to miss out on all we have to come. Now, if you're looking to buy either of these Kia SUVs or any new vehicle, we'd also like to encourage you to go to carconfections.com/newcarquotes. The reason you do that is because we have a tool on our website that will connect you with local car dealers in your area to get you the best price. It's also going to give you access to invoice pricing information, which is a great tool to use while dealer negotiating. If you'd like to take advantage of that, as well as things like our monthly payment tool, you can find a link to that in our video description, as well as a pinned comment down below. And that's all for this video. If you're already a fan and subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. And we'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.